inside the habitat? Tops, it is so good to hear your enthusiasm again. I'm not sure I knew how much I needed that today. Just wonderful. I'm really interested in this passageway you found that was burning for eternity. Do you think it was man-made? Do you think it was natural somehow? I never heard the like. Fascinating. I can't believe that we never explored more of the Hab. We definitely need to fix that when I get back. In fact, I'm starting to think that I should just head back now. I mean, you're going to have these doors open before I can find a back way in and walk my way back to you. I'm 7 days away. 8. I've lost count. I don't know how many days away I am. Anyhow, you're going to have those doors open way before I get in through a back way. I'm not underground anymore, so that's good. I made my way through. I started climbing. First, the ground just sloped up. I didn't really tell that I was climbing, and then it got steeper, and then there were stairs. And I just kept going up these stairs, just up and up and up. And finally I came out up on top, and I have no idea why this structure was built or why it's not being used as a lookout tower. But I could see for leagues in every direction. I didn't stand full up, of course. That would have been foolhardy. I mean, I'm in the middle of the city. There are patrols around. Again, really organized. It just seems odd. And there are people going about their business. They speak a language I don't know. I don't know what they're saying. I think that the smoke that I saw is actually on purpose. I think they've restarted some kind of machine or factory or something. I don't know. I didn't get close to there. I memorized what I could of the layout and then started down in a different spot, and wouldn't you know it, one of those patrols almost caught me. I ducked into this alcove that led into another room, and there was someone there. I mean, I didn't walk right into him, but I definitely was surprised that the room had been so quiet. Anyhow, he wasn't dangerous. Sorry for that long pause there. I think the recording unit started to go out. I might need to find batteries for it tomorrow. Anyhow, so I walked into this room, or crept in, and there was a guy already there, and I froze, and he froze, and I think he was praying. when I got there, I don't know. I said something inane, and he responded, but we don't speak the same language. I didn't understand a single word, but his voice was gentle, so I didn't attack him and I didn't run. He gestured at me to join him, and I did. I sat with him, and he shared water with me, and then he heard me coughing, and he gave me a handful of these, I don't know what to call them. They're little sweet pebbles, almost, that you suck on. They were a lot like what old Grammy Kay used to make for the kids. That sweet sucker. I don't know. I don't remember them very well. I was so young when she passed. I just barely remember that flood of sweet in my mouth, and these were very like that, and they helped to soothe the cough. And I sat with him, and he spoke aloud for a while, but didn't seem to expect me to understand or respond. That's why I think he was praying or meditating or something when I got there. It was amazing. So I looked around this space, and there were some benches set up, and an area in the back, which is where we were sitting on the floor. It was very Spartan. You know how in our place of worship we have color. I mean, as much color as you can have in that wasteland of a habitat. But, we have floor coverings, we have tapestries and knittings, and while they don't tell a story, they add comfort. And there's nothing like that here. And yet, he had these sweets just in his pocket, which provided a physical comfort. It was just a very, very interesting distinction. We communicated using gestures and pointing, lots of pointing. And I hope that I don't regret this, but I tried to explain to him what I was looking for, and I think he tried to tell me where to go. I'll know more tomorrow. But yeah, I think he sketched out, just on the floor, he sketched out the mountain that I came through and certain parts of the city, and pointed rather emphatically to a certain spot that I think will correspond with some of what your map said. And I'm just like, I am having trouble remaining calm because this might actually help me get back to you, even though I still firmly think that you will get those doors open first. I really do. And then you'll be waiting for me to show up. I shared some of my food with him. He may have had plenty. I don't know. No one else came into the room. But I shared what I had. And then I was so embarrassed because that food, that fish that I'd dried, it had gone bad. So here I am trying to thank him for his kindness, and I give him spoiled food. I mean, good grief. As a scavenger, I'm so used to my food going bad, my rations going off, not having enough to eat or drink or whatever. but somehow I felt like he would think I was trying to harm him by giving him this spoiled food. I think I might have been saved by him seeing the look on my face when I took a bite, and it wasn't any good. He ate it anyhow, so I'm guessing that hunger is something he faces often, despite having sweets in his pocket. It doesn't really add up, but there you have it. So I'm spending the night here in this place of worship. He left a little while ago, and I think he gestured to me that he would come back in the morning, and I think I gestured to him that I would be gone when he got there, but it's a little tough to know how much he understood. I'm nervous that he may have left to tell someone that I was there, but if you can't trust someone that you walk in on at prayers, then who can you trust? And I have to believe that if he was going to harm me or sound an alarm, he would have done so hours ago. So I have a cozy bench as a bed and a roof over my head, relatively clean air to breathe. The fish roils a bit in the stomach, but since he ate his, I ate mine. That's it. It was a day full of fear but no peril. I don't know what to make of that. But I do think you're rubbing off on me, and I don't care who hears me say it. Because I think you would make friends no matter where you went. And I'm so damn suspicious of everyone out here. And it's possible that not all of them are bad. Maybe this one guy, this one outsider. And if there's one, there's probably more. If only they didn't attack me first. Anyhow, I'm looking forward to feeling safe tonight and to leaving early tomorrow morning and checking out these instructions he gave me, because if he could point me in the right direction, maybe I'm a day closer. I love you, Tops. I will see you soon. Regal out.
This is Tops. Day 11 inside the habitat. Wandering around in the dark, cluelessly stumbling from one discovery to another, huh? Welcome to my world, Regal. It's most of what I did today, too. I'm getting deep, like, deep. Air recycling doesn't really work down here, and the air is noticeably heavy. I mean, you know the coolness you get when you're underground? Like that ever-present, just slightly cold temperature. Well, that's gone down here. It starts to get hotter. Like, oppressive. It's very unnerving. I realized that I made a mistake, if you can believe it, in my planning. I had been reading some old schematics very wrong in the past couple of days, and, well, long story short, I'm still close to being able to try it, but it won't be quite the spectacle that I thought it was going to be when planning it. And I'm glad I caught it, otherwise I probably would have fried every system attached to that goddamn door. I mean, I had a head injury, so banish me, but it's all good now. I did have one very close call today. A couple of residents saw me poking around in a subsidiary system for that fucking door mechanism, and they called me out on it, saying they knew what I was doing because I fucking flipped out when those doors shut with you out there. And I'm not sure if they were isolationists or not, but I had to get them off my back so they wouldn't report me to administration. So, I kind of feigned indignant fury about how I was assigned to a task here. I started spouting off a bunch of technobabble at them. You know, electrical resistance, capacitance, switch matrices, integrated circuits, etc. you know how I start spouting that stuff off at home when I get really excited about something and your eyes just sort of glaze over. Well, that's the exact look they got, thankfully. They apologized and walked off. And I'm not sure if that would have worked on someone even a little bit smarter, so I'll have to be careful in the future. When I was back there working, though, I found something very interesting. Some mechanic from probably generations ago had scratched a message into one of those giant mechanisms. It said, and I quote, "Fuck these doors, fuck them right in the ass." A true poet, if you ask me. And I'm sorry to say that I couldn't think of anything particularly insightful to add, so I just scribbled ditto with my screwdriver that I keep behind my ear. Keep pushing, Regal. I know you can. Maybe it's just a clueless dreamer's hopefulness, but it honestly kind of sounds like you might be in the exact kind of place that would have an entrance to this habitat. But regardless if that's true, I need you to keep going. I know you will. I love you. Tops out.